You know what gets my monkey brain going? A major capsule sale. Which means it's time for another review of what this major has to offer and where my money will be allocated. What we are going to do is take this coin. If this coin lands on heads, then the 2024 Copenhagen Major will have borderless stickers, and if it lands on tails, we will all be millionaires. Ready? Alright, it isn't that simple, but Stockholm profits were destroyed temporarily by Antwerp, and now both Stockholm and Antwerp got nuked by Paris. It's entirely possible that the upcoming Copenhagen CS2 Major in 2024 could provide another set of borderless stickers. This once again will kill profits. But even if that's the case, I don't believe that should deter you from making an investment into Paris. I typically play the heel with new major collections, as we have proven items like cases, operation skins, knives, and so on that could easily make you a consistent profit. Not to mention the shorts era that we're in, where you see people pumping and dumping trash items that they're heavily invested in, and Paris will be no exception. Watch out for those, they're pretty obvious. But I think the risk for Paris as a whole is at an all-time low, so let's talk about it. Paris stickers are good looking. You can nitpick the lack of a black outline, which doesn't make the sticker pop as much, but if you remove your bias, these are objectively good looking stickers. Trust me, it could be worse. The borderless hype isn't gone, and these initial sale numbers are a good representation of that. Tens of millions of capsules will be opened, and an ungodly amount of garbage crafts will be found in every match that you play. While the community's investment into this sale will be massive, the collection itself is solid, and that sets it up perfectly for the external factors that I believe will create higher profits in a short period of time than we may expect. The CS2 release could be massive, it just depends on timing. The release will bring a ton of new people into the game for a short period of time. Assuming that some of the current game-breaking bugs are fixed, many of these players will also be staying around. If the capsule sale ends before CS2 is released, the flood of new players will have to buy major stickers off of markets from people like us. It's the same as the boom that came in 2015 and 2016 when big names like FaZe and Optic started entering the scene, and this brought a ton of Call of Duty players over to PC. I was one of them, and I helped contribute to the rise of skin prices. During this period, this new market that Valve created had finally cemented itself, and items started selling for thousands of dollars left and right. Global Offensive has continued growing since then, but CS2 will be another injection of new players. Specifically Valorant's players, as they already have experience with this type of game. And when you're used to paying $85 for this trash, what's a $2 key or a 30-cent capsule? I don't like preparing for CS2 with things like blue gems or sapphires, as the game is constantly changing and the effects might too, but preparing for a player base increase with capsules and stickers, now that's something I can get behind. Now if CS2 comes out before then, there won't be a big pump, but watching the price of cases fly over the last year makes me wonder what will happen to capsules if the game can average over 1.5 million players throughout the second half of 2023. I think it's possible, and I think it would be massive for the entire market. I personally don't care too much about Copenhagen potentially being borderless because we have time on our side. The second major of 2023 got cancelled, so the next major is in 2024. We don't know the sale length, so I will use Rio, which was unusually long, as our worst case scenario. That still leaves about 5 months for quantity to decrease and prices to rise. For reference, the distance between the Rio sale ending and the release of these pair of stickers was only 3 months. In what should be a worst case scenario of 5 months without new major content, and the hype that teams are creating with the roster moves they're making going into CS2, combine that with a potential operation adding a bunch of new skins and likely another case, stickers would be applied at insane rates. I think we can agree that Rio stickers are kinda low on the totem pole of good stickers. Still easy profit when they were removed. RMR 2020 was heavily overinvested. Easy profit when they were removed. It seems consistent that the initial spike when capsules are removed creates an opportunity for profit, and that's your first chance to sell. If you're interested in carrying a little bit more risk, you hold on to everything until early 2024, you dump them before the Copenhagen Major, and walk away. If you are interested in truly risking it, you can hold all the way until Copenhagen stickers drop. If the stickers aren't borderless, you cash in on the hype train like what we saw when Rio capsules were released. Stockholm recovered after Antwerp dropped. I expect Antwerp and Stockholm to recover some degree after the Paris sale, but if we keep going with borderless stickers, one day they won't recover. But that is the worst case scenario, and in this situation with Paris, you have every opportunity to sell before then. If the length of the sale doesn't break any new records, I would be very surprised if you don't walk away with considerable gains before you even have to worry about the next major. So to sum it all up, there will be players flooding in when CS2 drops, and there should be a long period between the sale ending and the next major stickers being released. Due to this, I see minimal risk when investing in this major if you're open to selling short term. If you are planning to hold these for years and years, I would at least sell a few before the Copenhagen Major comes, but honestly, you might just be interested in cases instead. Don't get caught up in all the new major hype. For some people, it just isn't worth it. I always share my personal investments for transparency. See, here's what I'm thinking in terms of a personal investment. My investment will be mostly into capsules as they are very liquid and act somewhat like an index fund. If the stickers inside the capsule increase in price on average, then the capsule will increase in price. What I'm doing is avoiding putting too much into individual stickers as the entire Counter-Strike landscape is changing. Imagine that this new international Na'Vi roster results in Simple taking a different path in his career. What should be a very stable investment would crash instantly as many Na'Vi fans are really just Simple fans. I just feel more confident investing in the collection as a whole instead of individual stickers, as there are too many factors out of my control at this point in time. But there are some good stickers that carry minimal risk, and I will be adding a few to my collection, just not the majority. Vitality are pretty much guaranteed to hold on to ZywOo as they just won the major, and the holo effect goes pretty crazy if I'm being honest. I would say the Fnatic sticker matches a ton of skins despite being a little bit on the small side, and the design is bulky and simple, which is what you want for a holo. Not only do Apex and Gamer Legion have some nice looking stickers, but both of these teams are basically dead as the players have been poached. These two orgs will likely fade into obscurity again, so the risk of these stickers being released again would be almost zero. And last, but certainly not least, Mouse stickers. Looking at the performance of Stockholm, I predict that these will perform very well over the next year, even though everyone else will be investing in them too. It's not always a bad thing to run with the crowd, and I think Mouse will be a prime example of this. I almost always buy holos when investing in stickers, but I will buy some Mouse papers. We can already see that these stickers are massively hyped, and I will guarantee that these will be one of the most applied stickers. Because of this, I will be aiming for a higher return on investment with papers despite the massive supply. And that's about all I'm considering currently, but at the end of the day, 90% of it will just be in capsules. And if any fringe stickers like 9 with their unique design gets a bunch of hype, or a top team lands a big player like Complexity getting a Liege, and a bunch of fans rush to buy the stickers, I will see that reflected in the price of the capsule. I can't be bothered gambling on some of these stickers, as I want an easy way out if Copenhagen releases with borderless stickers again, and the prices inevitably crash. The trick is to be willing to sell. I know that we all want that exponential rise that Counter-Strike can provide, but taking profits before Copenhagen might be the smartest thing to do this time around. I will sell enough to cover my purchase price, whether that's half my supply or just a fraction. I'm not going to let myself lose thousands again.